Everybody, it's Tyler here at Riverbots, covering VEXU team Dark Fenix, coming in from Quebec. A lot of history here with Dark Fenix as they look into their first year of VEXU, but they've been building a phenomenal robot here. Their skills is absolutely insane with how quick they are and stuff. And we'll be covering why that is. This 1,000 RPM single hook intake that they have is really, really cool. We're talking about the choice to go with claws. You'll notice no Lady Brown mechanism on this, but wow, are they fast nonetheless. Talking about some of the future changes they're looking at making, how they got to where they are, all this and more coming up on Pits and Parts. So Matt, we mentioned in this here that your team has not gone with the Lady Brown route, which I'm a big fan of seeing the non-typical meta designs on it. So talk to me about what route your team went and how it's working out for you.
Yeah, of course. So basically the thing that we dislike about Lady Brown is the fact that everyone goes with that this year. So as you can see, the robot is not looking at all as like a Lady Brown. So we are running a single hook robot. So basically how it works is we just have a ring here and we just have a single revolution of the hook to score on the mobile goal. The idea behind that is to make sure that first we don't have the issue with like grabbing the wrong color of rings, and also it's making sure that we are able to be even faster than most intake because we don't have the transition to do between the front stage and the hook intake, for example. Second part of the robot, to score basically instead of a Lady Brown, we are using a pneumatic claw. I know that when we talk about claw box sometimes it's not something that we think is good, but in that case it's allowing us to be even faster than most mechanisms. So basically we just lower the lift, we have a ring that can come through here, and then we can just lift the arm like that and ram into the eye stakes. Doing that is allowing us to have a bigger range of motion to score the rings, and it's allowing us to be even faster than most Lady Brown.
Something we were talking earlier too was your implementation of how you're doing your goal rush mechanism on it. What you guys are doing is really cool for that too. So let's showcase how that works also.
Yeah, so in VEXU, goal rush is like super important because we have 3 goals on the line instead of just 1 like VRC. So the first part of the goal rush for us that is important is rocking a 10 motor drive with 600 RPM on 2.75 inches wheel. So we have 4 motor there, 2 in the small hole here, and we have 4 in the custom plastic piece in the back. The idea behind that is to be even faster than most teams. And in order to be as fast as possible, we have 2 extensions of this robot. So both robots are actually the same, but this one has a specification since he's the 24 inches bot. So at the start of the match, in order to begin a match, we need to be above the white tape line. So in order to do that, we are just extending this small arm here in order to start closer to the goal. When we drive forward a little bit, it's just retracting, and then it's allowing us to deploy from the front the other part of the mechanism. So doing that is allowing us to grab under the goal, tilted in a weird way that the opponent won't be able to grab, and it's allowing us to win the goal rush every single time.
Something I want to ask you, looking at when you were originally approaching the game, what were some of the main objectives that you came up with that you wanted these robots to accomplish?
Yeah, so in VEXU, one of the main things that is allowing us to qualify to Worlds is the skills challenge. So we put a lot of effort on this robot in order to be good as much as possible in skills. So right now we have been able to be the first seeded team in the VEX World ranking. So we are looking to work a lot on that. But these robots are really made to be as fast as possible for wall stake and also mobile goal, and also allow us to do a single climb with this 2 small hook.
David, we talked about, with the way you're doing your goal rush, kind of skirting some of the VEXU rules and how it works up to. I'd love to hear more about how your team approached, coming from, a V5RC background into VEXU. How are you creating the robot to fit within the VEXU constraints of what the game is?
Yeah, so because we are some old teams of the VRC, we started the design process with a robot that is 100% legally in VRC high school and middle school. So like the amount of motor on the drive base, the limited of plexiglass and everything else, we made it 100% legal. So after that, we use the rule of VEXU to make it more efficiency in skills and in drive. So the first rule that we a lot use is the amount of motor. We started by, like I said, we put 10 motor on the drive base that help us very well to have a lot of speed and a lot of power to go to the goal rush and steal goal to the robots. Also, the 3D printed help us to put the 10 motors on the drive base. Like you can see here, the 2 motors that are placed here are placed on a 3D printed shape, and it's not possible with a normal piece that are legal in VEX V5. Also, the polycarbonate is one thing that we use a lot. And for the lift, because we start with the aluminum lift, it was really too heavy, and if it has a shock, it could be broke or bent. So what do? We change it for polycarbonate sheet of thick of 1/4. So it make it very thick, flexible. So if you get a shock, does it break? It's pretty good. Also, we use a polycarbonate for the gold rush, because if we get a shock again, it can bring back on its place whenever you want. So that's it.
So you guys have had an opportunity to play some skills matches already, both prior to this and here. I want to talk to you a little bit about the competition itself too. What are you looking forward to here at Riverbots? What are some of the other teams that are standing out to you, and how do you think you're going to fare against them in the competition standpoint?
I think we can win. I think we can get the advantage a lot because of the amount of motor, and because we are not like the other team. A lot of the other team, with the Lady Brown, like I said, it's pretty serious. But if we have a lot of practice with the clamp, with the claw, it's pretty much more fast than the Lady Brown, and it helps us very well to go do wall stick just before the end and climb after that.
Does that change your match strategy all coming from skills, or are you just pretty much all offense all the time anyways?
We're pretty much offense every time, but if it is for a corner, like a positive or a negative corner, where a lot of defense, that's why we put 10 motor on drive rate.
Makes sense. Speaking as we start to wrap up on a couple things here, Edward, let's focus. I'd love to hear about the climb mech that you have on that, and maybe some feature changes you're looking at making to this robot as you go to other competitions.
Yeah, for now, so we're on the low hang, but later we would like to introduce like a bigger mechanism, like redesigning a robot so that we can do a high hang or a top ring. That would really advantage us in match and also skills, because right now we're doing a pretty good score on skills. We could get more points by climbing higher, or doing like in VEXU you can climb a robot like on the other, so that you make more points. So we would like to go with that. So we've gone through a lot of design process, but for now, like, it's a little too early in the season to like climb high. It's not safe. It's not like it's important for now. But we would really like to introduce that in our design in order to make some points, and also it's a really cool mechanism.
Well, and we've seen a couple of tier 3 hangs in VEXU, or like a kudos or something like that, but they're sacrificing a lot to do something like that.
Exactly.
Like they're pretty much playing pure defense during the match.
That's why we didn't go with a high climb, because now like we thought of a lot of hanging mechanism, but the thing is that we need like a whole side of the robot to climb that high, and it just didn't fit our needs for now. But we would like to go with that later, and that's why we wait to see like how the season progress.
Well, Dark Fenix, thank you so much for taking time to tell us more about it. I love seeing the creativity in VEXU robots, and you definitely do not disappoint in that front. So we can't wait to see how you do. Obviously, incredible skills scores you've been doing so far. So good luck as you continue with that, and of course here at the competition and throughout the rest of the season. Thanks a lot, guys.